Oh my gosh, come on in, fellow pop culture aficionado.
Or our moms.
Hi, moms. Enjoy us on the couples couch. We saved you a seat.
We're Tanner and KB Cunningham, a married couple who dish out hilarious banter and spark interesting conversation.
From the wild world of reality TV and the furthest reaches of the internet, we're here to unpack it all. So grab a snack, settle in, and let's explore the fascinating intersectional world of pop culture. Hello.
Hello and welcome to the couples couch.
Welcome to the couples couch. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday, beautiful. How are you?
I'm so good. Let me just start with a tangent.
Oh, I love a tangent.
We're already here.
Yeah.
Tanner asks me if I'm ready every time. He looks at me, he goes, "Are you ready?" And it made me think about Betty's spaghetti.
Betty spaghetti?
Yeah,
like
are you
the
ready?
little doll?
Have you heard about Betty? Because it rhymes with ready.
Oh, that's so
Betty
funny.
Spaghetti.
Was that just part of like Mattel or whoever the company was, their like marketing?
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
It was part of their marketing. We talked about Betty Spaghetti the other day, which is why it's stuck in my head. But
yeah, no, that's
I don't know
fair.
if we talked about Betty Spaghetti on the pod, but I know we talked about Betty Spaghetti.
Yeah, you and I did, but I don't know that we talked about it on the pod either.
Betty Spaghetti, if you don't know, was a doll.
She had elastic hair. I had to Google her. Like once I saw her, I knew who she was, but like whenever you were telling me about her, I didn't, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, so good morning. Good
morning
from me, you, and Betty Spaghetti.
I know. Can you believe it's already Monday again?
It's already Monday again, but I feel like we had such a good weekend. I mean, it was extremely busy, but like I feel rested, shockingly. It was nice to do stuff. It
was kind of energizing. You know how sometimes you do things and it's kind of depleting? This was not that way. It felt more like energizing and invigorating and like exciting. So yeah.
Absolutely. Tanner had job stuff on Friday afternoon, which is why you all got the Supersize Saturday Splitsville episode. If you haven't listened to that, go do that. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, pause this right here, go and subscribe, because we'll be going live every day at 4 p.m. MDT, which would be 5 p.m. CST, 6 p.m.
New York.
EST.
Yeah.
I actually just wrote out all those timestamps for something else that I was doing. So
that's why there's.
I'm just like MST, EST, CST. Got it.
That's funny.
We're only missing PST.
PST, but yeah, we're gonna do that every day this week at 4 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yes, we might be a little bit later, but between 4 and 4:10, we should be launched.
Yes, just bear with us. It takes a second to go live.
It does. It takes a second to go live, and honestly, we're just not at our peak craft at it yet. We've only done it 4 times, 3 times maybe. I can't remember how many times. We've only done it a few times, so we're still really getting that craft
into the swing.
Yes,
yeah, for sure.
But you've been with us over a month.
I know. We've been podcasting for over a month. Thank you so much.
Thank you
been
so
a blast.
much for listening.
Yeah.
We have subscribers going up. We have listening audience going up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please go in and subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that's Apple, Spotify, whatever.
We're everywhere.
Because it helps us out.
Truly.
And if you're feeling the love, don't be afraid to share it and tell us about it to your friends. That's literally what I do all the time.
Word of mouth about a good podcast. Yeah.
OMG, did you listen to this?
Truly.
Have you heard about this? I feel like my whole life is just wrecks. I'm this is what I did. So feel free to share a wreck. We appreciate you.
Yeah. We ended up having sushi again last night. It was next level yet again.
It was so yummy. I was we actually went and did a business event yesterday morning, and I was Tanner, I do not want to cook. I was we can cook. I can muster up the energy, but then I really don't want to do the dishes.
Yeah.
Do you want to do dishes today?
No.
Because I don't want to cook, because it's either I'm cooking or you're cooking. One of us is doing dishes.
Yeah.
And so we decided to get sushi.
Yes, we treated ourselves, and it was worth it.
It was so good. Yeah, we've had sushi this weekend. We've had blizzards this weekend. In the Dairy Queen app, there is a buy one, get one free, any size blizzard. And we definitely ordered one to go and went and picked it up.
And got the large, obviously, because we're not dummies.
We're not dumb. So we ate it over time, but we ate it.
Yeah,
sometimes the time of a day, sometimes the time's over 3 days. You never know.
Yeah, truly.
Which kind of leads me to, we've had sushi and blizzards, and we were out yesterday morning doing an event for Cunningham Configurations. If you don't follow that on Instagram, head and click there, where Tanner does his home organization and cleaning business. I get to help and be admin and oversee pieces of it, but yeah. And then so we ordered our groceries this morning because we were missing vegetables.
Oh yeah, we've been null in vegetables. We haven't seen one. We forgot what they look like. We've
had a couple of cucumbers in the sushi, I think.
Oh, true.
That's about it.
That's the only vegetables.
I know. I said, Tanner, when's the last time we ate fiber?
Yeah, I was like, no idea.
Yeah.
It's just been kind of carb heavy, but that's okay.
Yeah, we did our Walmart grocery order this morning, which we do love to do a grocery order from Walmart because it's just easier to order everything, get it delivered, tip your delivery people, and keep it moving.
And honestly, they're pretty decent about like getting us our stuff. Like there's been a couple times where there've been like really big fails, but
yeah,
I would say 80 to 90% of the time it's great.
absolutely. It's been great. And it makes it just like our life easier. I can wake up. I woke up early this morning, did a grocery order. We're gonna have all of our food by the time that this podcast is up, and like that's gonna be fabulous. Do you want to hear the menu for the week?
Yeah, what's on deck for
Okay,
our
I'll
eating
tell you all the menu, and
pleasures?
then you all message us and let us know if you want us to like post anything about it, film any of it. Tanner's actually gonna film some things for like the apple tarts because they're like a low carb luxury.
They really are a low carb luxury.
But yeah, on the list this week we're having stuffed peppers.
Okay,
with
love.
cauli rice, black beans, corn, beef.
Sounds delicious. Yeah.
Delicious. Burrito beef. It's
favorite.
Been a week we haven't made burrito beef. It's time to make burrito beef.
Yeah, we're back.
We're gonna make some tomato soup with tortellini. We're gonna do like a tomato tortellini soup kind of vibe, like Italian-y. We got some fresh tomatoes. Gonna get those crushed up. Like that's gonna be yummy.
Sounds nice.
What else do we have on the list? Just like Vietnamese, like they used to be like beef bowls. We make them with turkey now, but we're making like Vietnamese beef bowls.
Yeah.
We're also gonna do some Thai bowls.
Ooh, we like a bowl.
We like a bowl, and we really like Asian and like Mexican inspired dishes. So that's like really on our list. We have like one Italian inspired.
Okay.
But yeah, that's our like list.
That's our weekly food items. No, I like that.
Chips and salsa.
Obviously.
Yes. So yeah, that's the list. That's what's happening. That's what I've been doing this morning. We got to the gym on Saturday.
We did. We made it to the gym.
It was a great gym day. It
was a really good gym day. It wasn't like overly packed. I was able to like maneuver and go where I wanted to. That's always ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good.
It was a good day. I'm glad we like went in, we got it done, we got it over with. We did not gym yesterday because we were once again at an event yesterday morning.
Right.
It was fabulous. Those people were really nice.
It was. The event space was really cool too, like the venue.
I think it was called like Rag and Dale.
Rag and Bone? No, Rag and
Bone's like a
clothing company.
Yeah. I don't know. It was someplace in Denver. It was really nice. We worked with some really cool realtors.
Yeah.
And I'll just like share their names in case anybody's in Denver looking for a home. We worked with Eva Garcia at the Lux Home Group.
She was excellent.
And I think she's like part of like Keller Williams downtown. But got to been working with Eva for our other business that we has like been like launching. It's been like soft launching for a long time, and like we're really been like putting all the effort into it. So it was nice to like meet people, connect, meet people in the community.
Definitely. That was nice. So we did go to the gym and we got to meet all those people on Sunday. What did we watch over the weekend? You
know what? Like that's actually like what I want to get into. It's like getting in like what we watched. So we started rewatching Girls a while back.
Right. Season 1.
We had the epiphany, kind of like how we told you all with Summer House. It's like season 1s are just like so hard. Like they laid a lot of the groundwork, but I feel like I know enough groundwork of Girls, and there's the internet. That I can figure it out, that we switched to season 2, and I've loved season 2 so much more than I've loved season 1 already.
Yeah, and the nice thing is they always give you like a season 1 recap at the beginning of every season, so like you kind of know what's happening and you already knew the characters. So yeah, it was season 1 was not it for us, but season 2 has been delivering.
Yeah, season 2 has been good, and it's just been like nice, something old to watch. Like there's definitely like you can see how like times have like definitely changed and changed for the better, and you can see how like things haven't changed, and you can also just like laugh at the LOL of it all, and also like just be like, wow, your 20s are hard.
It does feel like super nostalgic. Like I wonder if this is like how our moms felt rewatching Sex and the City.
I don't know.
You know,
I didn't really watch Girls the first time.
Right. That's true, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. KB didn't watch it because, we'll just be honest, she was in a cult. And I watched it because, you know, I can't be stopped.
Yeah, I can't be tamed. Oh, I love Miley Cyrus.
I know. So,
I was basically, I would have never watched it then because I was basically in like cult-ish.
Yeah, it just like wouldn't have been ideal for you at the time.
It wouldn't have been ideal. I wouldn't have watched it. I wouldn't have been able to separate any of it. Yeah, that was a hard time to be alive.
Truly.
Yeah. It's kind of what I think about when you think about like how we talked about the Tortured Poets department the other day, and how Taylor released playlist, and how if you would have told me when I was in it that I would have been like, LOL. Yeah. Like that's not true. And then you're looking back on something and you're like, wow, there were so many components of this, and I was feeling that way for a reason, and like denial's real. Like, yeah. And it is. I say all that to say about the Girl Show and not watching it because of culty experiences. people are still in them. It's still happening.
Yeah, of course.
They just move states.
Oh, yeah. You can't stay in one place too long.
You can't. We've seen that. I mean, look at any cult documentary. How do they move? How do they shift?
No, literally.
Like, I mean, like the
my favorite
exertion of power. Only men leaders, only white men leaders that nobody wants to question, that are big and burly and over 6 feet tall, really. Mostly. Not
only, though, because I was actually thinking of the Mother God doc. My favorite part of it is when the Hawaiian people...
About the cult that was actually, like, kind of in.
No, I know, but then you kind of overarched about cults, and then I thought you were saying, like, they're mostly men. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just, like, where I was coming from, and in that space.
Yeah.
Only men.
Right, for sure.
Yeah, it could really happen to anyone.
It could, but my favorite, when in the Mother God documentary,
I love
whenever the Hawaiian people fully kicked them out of their, they were like, no, you're not allowed to stay. You know, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we should be with all cults.
Yeah, we should.
Kick them out.
And honestly, there should be like some, like, I'm surprised there's not like laws about, like, it's almost, it's predatory.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised there's just not laws about it.
For sure.
But yeah, so yeah, we watched
Girls. To say all that
to say, to give you all the side tangents in the world. Happy to talk more about them. Let us know on our Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like that
Spotify,
needs a more, like,
all the things.
Yeah,
like, I'll wait. I'll give you all that once you all, like, really start showing up and listening. Or you can just message me and I'll text you about it.
No, literally.
But yeah, so we watched that. We also saw something. We were watching some old Kardashians this weekend.
We were.
Just like on and off, like old Kardashians. And
I had a revelation.
I
had an epiphany. I had a moment. We were sitting there watching the Kardashians, and it just hit me.
What?
Square in the face. Kim Kardashian purports herself to be a minimalist, and we see it in her home. Mm-hmm. But this lady has 600 storage units full of clothes, full of nonsense. I remember she pulled out on one episode, a vintage episode of Keeping Up, an old Happy Meal from a date she went on with one of the Jackson brothers or siblings. I think it was like one of the younger ones, and TJ or something. Yeah, she literally laughed exactly like that. And she had like a petrified Happy Meal. I'm like, no, that is hoarder behavior, Kimberly. Like, I'm disgusted. I'm appalled.
It makes me feel really good about not getting chicken nuggets the other day, because, you know, those would have never, those are literally just now, like, dissolving in my stomach from the acid.
True.
Even though that was Friday.
Even though that was 3 days ago. Yeah.
I ate McDonald's on Friday. I never ate McDonald's. I was ravenous.
Yeah. So I think it's funny that Kim tries to pretend that she is a minimalist when we all know she's actually a hoarder.
Yeah, she's a hoarder. She's a maximalist. And it makes me go back to the statement that we always say, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, Judge Judy.
Literally. I always say that to the Kardashians.
Well, you know, there it was. That's really what it is. Kim is literally a hoarder.
Yeah.
And, like, she's pissing on her leg and telling us it's raining. She's like, it takes so much water today.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
So yeah, we watched
old Kardashians. Yep.
We've talked about watching Girls. Girls has been good.
Yep.
Do you want to jump into talking about Potomac a little bit?
Yeah, something that's active now. Those are all like old shows. But yes, something that's currently on. Last night we watched the reunion episode part 2 of Part Deux, not Dumois, of The Real Housewives of Potomac. And I don't know, it was fine.
It was fine. Like, you know what? There was like a lot happening and nothing happening at all. Mm-hmm. Like a big old nothing burger yet again.
Yeah.
But like my highlights and takeaways, I'm actually going to give you the caps of all my highlights.
Let's do it that way.
And then like we'll jump in.
Yeah, for sure.
Way. So like big caps, we're talking about Mia's divorce.
Obviously, yeah.
We talk about Gizelle and like her dad passing.
So sad.
We talk about the Candiace of it all. And then the husbands come on.
Okay.
Which I'll go ahead and get my spiel on that. I could always do without the husbands.
Facts.
But you know what? Gordon was there in his full wig and skirt, ready to be messy. And I love that. He just, you know what? He was fully ready to
Gordon does deliver.
Gordon always delivers.
He does.
And Mia, like, we start talking again about, like, Mia's divorce, like, who is actually the parental DNA.
Right, of the kids, sure.
Like, I won't even, like, get into it because kids are still, like, involved. I, like, agreed with what Karen said. She's like, kids are involved.
Yeah.
I won't get into that. But Candiace, it gets brought up that Candiace and Wendy don't reach out to Mia about her when the divorce thing happened, right? And I could see Karen's face. She was just like shook. She was like, once again, Karen's face is telling us
Always.
like everything we need to know.
Yeah.
Karen, she was like, are you kidding me? What? Like, even I reached out and I was giving Mia a handshake. That's what the face said.
Right.
Karen did not say any of those things.
No, but that's what she said with her eyes.
This is what Karen said with her eyes.
Yeah.
Yes. But my favorite part was that Mia talks to Wendy about her not reaching out. And she's like, why haven't you said anything? And Gizelle goes, they've literally bumped vaginas.
That's so true.
She's like, they've bumped vaginas. You couldn't reach out about her divorce? Like,
yeah, no.
That's wild.
Yeah, that is wild. Like,
it was LOL. Because that was like a whole thing a couple years ago.
I think last year, yeah.
Last year that they like got into this like big altercation. Because Wendy goes, well, I didn't reach out because we got into an altercation.
Right.
But then like they apparently allegedly hooked up.
Right.
Post that happening.
Post
so
the
yeah.
fight.
I'm just like, yeah, just like reach out to your friends. Like
yeah, especially if you've been intimate. Like
right.
it's not that hard to send a text.
Absolutely. I'm like, hi, are you okay? Question mark. Especially when actually Gordon was being really messy with Mia and Candiace. And they just decided not to respond at all. Which like I get, like, it's like, you know what, like, I don't want to be involved in this because then it becomes like a back and forth. Like, Gordon said all this stuff about you, Mia. What do you have to say?
Right.
Like, that's the other side of it. I do think, like, you reach out to people and you say, I'm not going to be involved. Like, I don't want to be a part of, like, the back and forth, but, like, I am here for you. I'll let you know this happened, and that's, like, I'm done with it. Like, I think there's just, like, clear boundaries to draw instead of, like, cutting someone off completely. Which, you know what, is very... It's an interesting take of learning how to set up boundaries and like take care of something. So think about it like a flower.
Okay.
Like this is a side tangent about boundaries versus cutting people off, everyone, just so you know.
Thank you for bringing us along.
Thank you. So when you cut someone off, you literally like cut the flower off.
Sure.
Right? Like if there's a flower growing in the ground and you don't want anything around it, you cut the flower off at the root. Right? You no longer have
if you
contact.
don't want anything growing around it?
Like if you don't want anything near it, if you don't want anything to do with something, like say, like you cut it off.
Okay.
But you can put up these different boundaries to uphold your flower and still like see things, do things at a distance. But there's boundaries. The flower doesn't have to completely die.
Right.
Same thing with people and humans in this argument of like, she could have just put up clear boundaries saying like, I'm in this cast with you. We've been inside each other. Let's just let me just say I won't go back and forth. I'm happily will sit down and tell you face to face what happened with Gordon and his messaging, and like that's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all we need.
Because you know what? Like I also don't want to put things in text messages. I'm so weird about putting things in text messages. Also another side tangent.
That's fair though.
Like I'm like, no, I'm not putting it. And maybe it's because like I've worked in like schools for so long, or maybe it's like your phone could literally be subpoenaed at any time.
True.
You should be aware of who you're talking ish about.
Right, especially
and
in
what
text.
You're willing to say in text.
And also people could be wearing wires, so maybe just don't talk crap.
Yeah, maybe like I always say, pretend that the person's grandma is in the room with you.
That's a good point.
Because grandmas love the kids more than the parents, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my take on that. So yeah, that was all messy. Mia's divorce is still happening. But don't worry, Gordon comes today. He's there to support his almost ex-wife. We also talk about Gizelle's dad passing.
Yeah, that was really sad. It was, because we have seen him over the years, like on the TV, and we got to know him as like a good dad. And I know Gizelle really loved him. And like, I can't imagine like that loss of a father. So sad for Gizelle. And we got to see, sorry, what? I was like, we did get to see a lot of like New Orleans and stuff though because of that, which I loved because we love New Orleans so much.
Yes, and we talked about New Orleans this weekend and how like I'd never visited there before like the last couple of years,
right.
And just like how sweet it has been, and like like there was like connotations told to me that I was just like, that's so wild. It's like I've been so in love with that city.
Right, yeah.
Like I don't want to live there full time because it's hot and humid.
Yeah.
But the people, the culture, the food, just like the embodiment of life that is there is just like next level.
It is so good.
Yeah, I love New Orleans.
New Orleans is great.
And yeah, we got to see a little bit about New Orleans, and like we're like, oh, we did that, and oh, we did that.
Yeah, that was
like,
fun.
Like that's so much fun, and like to see that she had like a stepwand for like his celebration of life,
right.
And like I know people that have like done that for like their weddings, and like it's just like it's really cool to like see that culture just living and how much it is. Like it's just such a celebration city.
It is New Orleans for sure.
I love that city so much. And so, yeah, we talk about that. But Gizelle and Jason, they talk about them a little bit and how they're still dating. But Gizelle might have a new man on the horizons.
Well, because it was brought up that Jason was seen like kissing or holding hands allegedly with some blonde lady last week.
Yeah, I was like, excuse me, it was February 24th. I do remember the date of that when it like came up on the screen.
Yeah, and so
I'm telling y'all.
And so then Gizelle, they kind of asked Gizelle, they're like, so are you okay with that? And she's like, yeah, I'm still like dating. Like,
Yeah.
she has another man. And
Well,
it sounds like he might be
Mia
like a
dropped that she
basketball
had
player
another
or
man.
something.
Yeah, he's in sports.
Yeah, he's a sportsman.
Yeah, I just say, Gizelle, get yours. You've been through enough.
She has, that's true.
Gizelle's been through enough. She was already with Pastor Holy Whore as my favorite TikToker. I don't even know this man's name, but I still think about the way he said that about Mr. Gizelle's ex. I wouldn't even like put
Jamal
his name
Bryant.
Yeah, I was just wouldn't even gonna put his name on it. Like
that's his name.
Not even worth it. But Gizelle said it's going down. We hope that Gizelle ends up with a man with multi-millions of millions.
Billions, rather.
Billions, yes, but you can't ever be an ethical billionaire. So I just say multi-millions, millions.
Billions.
And then Candiace. We get into Candiace a little bit.
Yep.
She is well. She went and got her mammogram. They found 2 lumps, but they've shrunk. And
That's
they were
great.
like, one of them was cyst. And like, it's so great. And we say, check on your health. If you didn't know, this is an alleged health podcast. And we are big fans of going and getting checked out.
Yeah.
Actually, like I have my yearly mole mapping coming up at the end of May.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No.
Like go get checked.
You need to. It's important.
You have to. So we say all that to say we're so glad. But you know what?
Tell me.
There's some bad blood between Drew and Candiace, and like we didn't really hear about it.
Drew Sidor?
Yeah.
Obviously.
But I didn't know like what the bad blood was, and it literally got brought up last night, and they told the girls that's what bad blood was written about.
Right. The Taylor Swift song.
Uh-huh. It shook me. I was like, oh, my girls, all of my girls coming together.
Yeah. No, I don't really remember what their bad blood either is, frankly, because Drew, by the end of her like iteration on the show, I was done with her. So her storyline, low-key, kind of just Men in Black myself from. Like, I don't recall what her problem was.
Well, they talked about like dancers and like things like that. So I don't know if like Drew tried to take some of Candiace's dancers, like that type of thing.
Right. That is kind of what they alluded to. You're right.
Because that's what happened with Katy and
Katy Perry.
Taylor,
Yes.
allegedly.
Yes.
Like that's what we heard.
Yes,
You've got
and you're
deal
right.
With the bad blood now.
That is what they alluded to. Thank you, because I was like, I don't remember what their problem was.
So it's like some housewife on housewife drama.
What?
Sadly, it was what it is. I love Candiace. Candiace isn't returning, and we know that. But her defamation lawsuit was dismissed against Michael Darby.
Great.
Which I was like waiting for. I was like $2 million from this golem.
Yeah.
Like he was a part of Watergate.
Right. We're trusting him. No.
No, we're not trusting him. Michael just always thinks. I allegedly think that Michael thinks that he can slap a lawsuit on something and call it done.
Yeah. Just like almost an intimidation factor.
Uh-huh.
Right.
When you have money and intimidation, but like it's all on camera.
True.
So that's what we didn't think about. You didn't get that in Watergate.
Nope.
The Watergate recordings. Anyways, and then last we hear a little bit more about Candiace and Robin's beef.
Right, I
didn't realize that Robin had ignored Candiace twice.
Yeah.
Before she went on the live tweets with the Juan dilemma.
Yes.
Almost said drama.
Drama. It was a drama and a dilemma.
Yes. I was like getting dilemma and drama mixed up, and I was like, drama.
But yeah, no, it painted to me Robin in a bad light.
Yeah, it did. It painted Robin in a bad light. Robin
never helps herself.
Robin never helps herself. And you know what? Like, I still respect Candiace. I'm going off. Candiace is like real. Candiace does open up the conversation always. Candiace has put herself on the line for multiple things, like things that I won't even bring up in this conversation, but you can watch it on the reunion. Like, Candiace has put herself on the line through years, so many times. And then she's always like, but the line is always moving, which I agree with. I'm glad she's taking a break. Hopefully it's by her own choice and that she's getting to pause because actually, I agree with Candiace. No,
I do too. I agree with Candiace. I didn't love, so then we jump into the husbands, and they immediately bring up Robin brings up the girl with Chris. Do you remember this?
Yes, Robin brings up the girl with Chris, and
there was some lady who allegedly said she had hooked up with Chris. I think she maybe had a picture of him, and then she came out and said she didn't say it.
Yeah.
And then she came out and said it was actually true again. So, like, this lady seems a bit untrustworthy. Like, pick a side, like, pick a lane.
Right.
Saying it.
Like, I do, like, on something like this, like a cheating allegation, just like we hooked up, like, pick a side, choose. Did we or did we not?
Well, yeah, I'm like, if you have photographic evidence, like, we might
probably
have.
Did.
Yeah.
We probably did. If you have the photos.
Yeah.
We probably did. Like, we
I don't know what the photos were.
Or we didn't.
But she did say she had a photo. Robin said that the lady had a photo.
Yeah. I didn't even hear about this. I feel like this was just like small, like reality blurb, like right. Potomac drama, like Potomac specific.
Yes.
But like I just like never saw it out in like the public where we do see like a lot of like Bravo housewives, like bigger things pop up, like when there's like a little bit more like clout to it.
Right.
And so yeah, I never heard anything about that. And then Chris was there talking. Gordon was there being messy.
Juan didn't show up, obviously.
That was like the biggest thing. Was like Juan wasn't showing up. And Andy held Robin's feet to the fire for like the third time. Yeah. Going, do you have anything to say about Juan showing up? And she was like, No. And
he said he didn't have a basketball game. I checked his schedule.
I was like, I love that. I love checking people's schedules. I'm like, if I have access to your calendar, I want to look at it. Not for the one to know, but also I'm like, okay, I can turn this thing in and I can get this done here.
Right.
And how can
it kind of helps you plan.
Yeah, honestly, like seeing other people's things. I'd rather me plan around other people than other people plan around me.
Right.
Like it's just easy for me to like, and I just genuinely love helping people and like things like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, honestly, just tell me when you're available.
Right.
And so if I can have your calendar, then I can like cross sift with mine because I'm thinking, well, I need this and I got to think about this and I got to think about this. And so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Juan didn't show up. Even though he didn't have basketball on the schedule, he did not do his weekly checklist to see what he was supposed to be showing up to.
He did not.
Gordon should have been a preacher because he loves telling a story. And he's talking about Juan not showing up. He was like, well, you got to do what you got to do. Yada,
support
yada,
your
yada.
wife.
We support you no matter what. Like, yeah. I was like, okay, Gordon. Like, Gordon was ready to give us a story. And that's where the episode ended.
It was a to be continued. We didn't get anything. So again, it really wasn't a lot of an episode. We didn't figure it would be. Bravo loves to do this to us. They give us nothing for 2 whole episodes. I'm like, yes, just make us watch this for 2 hours for what? Mm-hmm. And then on the 3rd episode, you'll finally give us something. I'm over it, frankly. I'm done.
No, I do think reunions could be cut shorter. And I think like we're getting that with the after show.
I agree.
I think the reunion should be filled. Like, I think the reunion should be like an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, 1 episode, 1 drop. What gets in, what's out is out. All the filler stuff can be completed in the after show episodes that are like happening.
And cut at least 2 of the reunions, in my opinion. Give us only 1 reunion. And frankly, no offense to Andy, but like if they do these after shows well, we don't need reunions.
Yeah.
We can tie up all the loose ends with these after shows.
And like, well, yeah.
And I like that they're kind of self-produced.
I do like that they're self-produced. What I do think about the reunion, though, is that I do like having an ending reunion. And I do like having a host because typically, if it's done well, you can get more answers.
Right.
That they're still dodging. So I do think that there still be a reunion.
Well, then I just
need 1 episode. Yeah. Like an hour, hour and a half.
Yeah, maybe just an hour and 15.
Yeah, let's just like get it all out unless it was something big. And then you can have 2 episodes.
I won't allow it.
But honestly, I just rather it be an hour and 45 minutes.
Agreed.
Like, let's just have it done.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens on the next one. We'll obviously watch because that's where we'll get all of our information.
We're going to get all of our information from the next one. And tonight we have on deck, not Below Deck.
No.
But, because we don't really watch that, but it is fun to watch every now and then.
Yeah.
But we were going to watch Summer House Martha's Vineyard. And
yes, right. I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think that's all on our list.
That's it. That's all. Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay. Thanks so much for listening. As KB mentioned earlier, if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all platforms. We are going to go live today on our YouTube channel at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Be there or be square. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.